Right, so we're Friday, October the 31st, 2025. So we have the bike turned around, flipped around. And what we're going to do is remove the forks and front wheel and brake calipers and all that. And then we're going to get the bike back over the ramp and go for an engine refit, because we have to do a job on the fork seals. So what we need to do now is we need to get rid of the brake calipers, speedo cable, there's the axle, a few spacers on the axle this side. This could probably go with the wheel, and then this side there's a pinch bolt here and more spacers and the axle, so that'll go. So we'll be rid of that. A mud guard for safekeeping. The only thing with that is there's a few of these Allen head, pan head screws, like they're not in great condition, but we'll have to have a go with it anyway. So we get rid of that, and then we get the two forks out, and at that stage then the where the frame splits is here, so this here comes off and we can put the ramp back in place. And what we probably do is let the bike back down on top of the engine, and then get it slung, get the engine slung on this bolt and this bolt. So those two bolts there, so those two bolts will catch on here, this one and this one, right? So calipers coming off, and yeah, and we'll stick the bolts back in for safekeeping. Good stuff.
I will do a job on that.
There's a pinch bolt at the end of the fork. So we ended up going to a sump plug bung set to get a drive big enough to get into the axle. And you take it out there. You can see that that's not threaded, but it must be, it's screwed out that far. So it must be threaded somewhere else. And it come out this far. Now I think we're clear of the threads, but right, so we have it out that far. So we're just going to go around the far side there and just trace it through. Screw the top there. Yeah. And then she comes. Now just watch for spacers there.
Yeah.
You watching spacers your side?
Yeah.
Right. Woo! Right. Okay, the sheet. Right, what was that came out there? Something swung. What's that?
The speedo.
Oh, the speedo. Right.
Right.
So we didn't need to let go of that screw. So we got that spacer.
That's the hex head you need.
So that's the hex head. Now we're just lucky we had a
12.
Is there any measurement? 12 millimeter. So there's the drive, this end of the axle. Yeah, there's the drive, this end of the axle. And she's threaded through on the far side. So again, handy. Right, so there's the axle. You can see that goes through this side here. Plain axle, and then it's threaded this end. So it goes through there like that. There's the pinch bolt that we took out. So I'm just going to whip that out for a second. There's the spacer that goes on that way, and then the axle goes through there there, and the threads are on this end in this fork. And that's the way she goes in. Right, like that, and then when you have everything in, that bolt pinches the whole lot home. And that's it, just for taking off the wheel, right? Right, so go these on the now. I think these are only pinch bolts as well, so I don't know if they need to come fully out. Just gonna leave them hanging there anyway. Right, that'll do that. Bolt here, pinch bolt here, pinch bolt there. I reckon that's part of the fork assembly, so you won't get any porches and that till you get it out. So again, I think this is just a pinch bolt, so I'm just going to leave it back in loosely. Oh, it didn't like that, did it? So there's the fork gone down there. Yeah. So there's the, so that proves the theory anyway, they are just pinch bolts. So once the pinch bolts are gone, it's just a matter of raising the front of the bike up a bit. Eric's holding it there, no problem to him. And like the forks, both forks will just slip out. So there we have both forks out. So not too bad. Right, Eric, are you tired yet on that?
Yep.
And it's a bit awkward to video it and to do it at the same time, but there's the plan of attack. We have the frame suspended out of the ceiling and the engine's still on its own stand. And that's the front hanging out the frame. So that's what's bringing the frame up. So you know, hopefully we're in frame there. Right, so essentially the engine's back in. It was just too awkward to film. Right, but just a couple of words of caution. I'll just get over here and show you on this. The mounting brackets, they all look exactly the same. But if you look here carefully, it costs us an hour or two messing about with it. But if you look there, the length of that fella and the length of this fella is slightly different. So if you look there, there's 8mm in the difference between the length of the two front ones. So this one and this one, there's 8mm in the difference. And on the rear, there is 8mm in the difference in the rear as well. So the brackets look exactly the same, but there's 8mm difference between them. And what it meant was that we were having difficulty getting the front bracket on because we had the back bracket on wrong. Never copped it until we realised that there must be something seriously wrong because everything else is sitting in. But anyway, another hard lesson. Every day is a learning day. But there she's hanging on her engine, so you can see she's mounted here. She's mounted here. She's mounted there. She's mounted there. Now we have another one to get on at the bottom there, brackets, and then this part of the frame has to go back in. But that's it. That's enough for today. So that's what we want to accomplish. We want to accomplish, get the forks off, get the engine back in, and that's what we've done.